Are you wondering if 2023 will be a good year to buy a house? In this video, we'll be discussing the factors that could affect the housing market in 2023, including interest rates, mortgage market, and the current market trends. We'll also look at the seasonal patterns of home sales and how could they impact your home buying experience. Hi, my name is Steven Sanchez with Aspire Boston Real Estate. Many people are making comparisons between the current real estate market and the market crash we saw in 2008. But the reality is that the market is very different now than it was back then. In 2008, we saw an excess of sellers and a lack of motivated buyers, which contributed to the market downturn. Today, we are seeing a different situation. While there may not be as many buyers in the market as there were in previous years, there is also a shortage of sellers. This is because many homeowners are hesitant to give up their low mortgage interest rates that are opting out to stay put. As a result, inventory levels are extremely low. In Massachusetts, for example, 2022 saw the lowest number of homes listed for sale since the year 2000. This trend is likely to continue in the coming years, making it a good time for potential buyers to consider purchasing a home. Nationally, the numbers of homes on the market was also much higher in December 2006, with 3.8 million homes available compared to 1.22 million we see today. The difference in supply has a big impact on the market, as real estate prices are largely driven by principles of supply and demand. Overall, the market is predicted to remain relatively flat year over year in 2023, with prices for single-family homes and condos in Massachusetts and across the country likely to end the year similar or even slightly higher than in 2021. So if you're thinking about buying a home, don't let fear of the market crash hold you back. There are still opportunities to make a smart investment. The mortgage market has undergone significant changes since the financial crisis of 2008, including improvements in underwriting, technology, and quality control that have made it a strong and more stable system. Lenders have improved their mortgage origination process, including better underwriting and collateral assessment, and there are now regulations in place that set standards for mortgage lending and protect consumers. These changes have contributed to the overall stability of the mortgage market. In my opinion, it is likely that the rates will start to decline again in about a year from now. However, there is a chance that the rates could rise in the short term before starting to fall again. To help manage the uncertainty, buyers may want to consider creative mortgage options like temporary buy-downs or mortgage assumptions. Sellers may also want to consider leveraging their low rates through the use of adjustable rate mortgages. Overall, it is important for potential buyers to be aware of the potential risks and opportunities associated with the mortgage interest rates and to work with a trusted lender to find the best options for their individual circumstances. That is why I recommend finding a trusted realtor first to help you build your team. If you're thinking about purchasing a home, you may be wondering if now is the right time to take the plunge. While it's true that the real estate market can be unpredictable, it tends to be cyclical. There are a number of reasons why now might be a good time to buy. For one thing, buyers currently have less competition than they have had in recent years. This means that you may have more bargaining power and negotiating with the sellers, and you may be able to find more affordable options in the market. Additionally, the number of homes for sale is currently lower than it has been in the past, which means that prices are likely to drop significantly in the short term. The housing market is currently less intense than it was last year. Buyers have more negotiating power. Two trends in the market that may be helpful for buyers are the return of contingencies, such as home inspections and appraisals, and sellers being more willing to cover closing costs. Data from the National Association of Realtors and Realtor.com show that fewer buyers are waiving contingencies and more sellers are accepting offers that include them. In addition, a higher percentage of sellers are paying some or all of the buyer's closing costs. These trends may make it easier for buyers to enter the market and negotiate more effectively. It is important to keep in mind that the real estate is a long-term investment that generally grows over time. While you may be tempted to wait for prices to drop, it's worth considering the cost of renting in the meantime. In many cases, the money you spend on rent could end up being more than you could save by waiting for a price drop. Put it this way, a 3% price drop, which we may see this year, on an $800,000 house is $24,000 less. But you're going to spend on average at least $36,000 renting at $3,000 a month, essentially paying someone else's mortgage, while you wait for that to happen. Renters, would-be sellers, and buyers are all going to eventually get impatient and tired of waiting, and they're going to go out there and get the house they need. No matter what happens, there will always be home buyers and always be home sellers. In real estate, the show must go on and always does go on. Finally, let's examine the seasonal patterns of home sales. Home sales tend to increase significantly in the spring, with home sales activity between February and March typically increasing by 34%, while prices rise by 3%. Sales continue to rise in the following months, with the busiest home selling months being May, June, July, and August. On average, the number of transactions during this 4-month period is 2.1 million, which accounts for 40% of the annual sales volume. Among these 4 months, June is typically the peak month of home selling activity. 2023 may be a good year to buy a house if you can find a home that meets your needs and budget. Factors such as interest rates, the mortgage market, and the current housing market can all impact your home buying experience. Additionally, understanding the seasonal patterns of home sales can help you make informed decisions about when to buy and sell. As always, it's important to do your research and work with a trusted real estate professional to help you find the right home for you. Ultimately, the decision to buy a home is a personal one that depends on your individual circumstances. But if you're ready to take the plunge, there are a number of reasons why now might be a good time to do so. Don't let fears about the market hold you back. Make an informed decision and enjoy the opportunities that this market is offering. Please subscribe and turn on the notifications so you can get updates when we release our next video.